Monster Hunter Wilds has finally been released into the, well, wilds, so we're back with another tips video, High Rank Edition. The map is really only useful for fast traveling during low rank. Once you reach high rank and need to start dealing with field surveys, inclement weather, and more intense resource gathering, you need to start digging into more of its features. After opening the map, press right on the D-pad and filter all the icons by category or by the specific item that you need. You can even send those custom filters to your minimap and even set waypoints so your Seikret will run to them automatically. Scrolling left or right on a particular item or creature will flip between all their locations on the map, and scrolling all the way to the right on the Environment Overview tab will show the forecast, which breaks down where to find monsters, endemic life, and more. Peep those bars at the top. This one tells you how many minutes in real time until time of day changes. And this one is for the weather. If you want to advance it more quickly, you'll need to rest, which you can do at your tent. There are 7 achievements that involve crown monsters. Monsters that are unusually large or unusually small. One of them is to just use your binoculars to identify an extra large gold crown. And using this item will make it much easier to find the many monsters you need for all the different miniature crown and gold crown achievements. You'll probably be getting knocked down a lot more in high rank, so calling your Seikret over and getting out of the way quickly will be much more vital for staying alive. One thing to keep in mind is which direction your Seikret is coming from. If you're trying to go one way while your Seikret is going the other, you're going to spin around in front of that monster as it's likely trying to hit you with another attack. Even if it's not your initial plan, it's best to just go along with your Seikret in the same direction they were already moving so they get you out of the way more quickly. You can't afford to whiff as many big strikes in high rank, but thankfully it's easier than ever before to hit that home run swing with your giant weapon. Focus mode doesn't just let you access your focus strikes so you can take out wounds, it also lets you aim with everything. If you're mid-charge with a greatsword, you can focus and pull the camera behind you to unleash your attack in the correct direction. If you're using a switch axe and the monster shifted slightly before your full release slash, you can hone in exactly where you want to strike. Always aim your big hits whenever you can. There's no reason not to. Plus, when in focus mode, you can see when monsters are vulnerable to a follow-up focus strike, noted by glowing red parts after some big attacks. If your weapon has an attack that launches you in the air, like the sword and shield for example, you likely can perform a focus strike on the way down. This is great for getting at those hard to reach wounds on the wings or back. A lot of us never really ran out of mega potions until we hit high rank. When you're short on honey, one of the main ingredients needed for mega potions, it may be a good idea to set your material retrieval targets to focus on it. You'll need to do specific side missions to unlock these, by the way, so do those side missions. Material retrieval success is dependent on which NPC you're sending out, the weather they're gathering in, and what they're good at retrieving. You can also give all your requests and receive your materials from Nata, since he's the village intermediary. You can cross-reference all of them on our table at IGN.com. Also, make sure to tell the support ship what kind of items or materials you want and make sure to collect them every time they return to the base camp in the plains. Choose miscellaneous to get a higher chance of getting commission tickets to make a new set of armor. You'll get a message here when they've arrived and when they're departing, and this symbol will appear on the map when they're available. Make ample use of wishlists when trying to craft a particular weapon. Not only will you be notified when receiving a particular part or you're able to fully craft some gear, but you'll even get a notification when a monster with a part you need enters your current biome. Much of high rank in wilds is just seizing opportunities as they present themselves, so this is a great indicator for those opportunities. When you first unlock the melding pot, you can only spend old decorations and materials at a chance of getting new ones. But after you complete the final mission as of launch, 6-1, you can simply choose the decoration you want to create, making particular builds much easier to accomplish. The trade-off is these are kind of weaker decorations than the ones you can get randomly. You can also spend lower rarity or unwanted artine materials to craft much higher rarity ones. The rarity and quality of artine materials and gems you can craft will continue to increase with your hunter rank. You'll sometimes get notifications right here on your screen that an NPC has a meal ready for you. Make sure to take them up on this when you can, as they'll often provide unique benefits, a longer active duration, and you won't have to use your own ingredients to make them. Like the support ship, they'll also have a logo wherever they currently are available on your map. You can sneak attack by approaching a monster undetected and hitting the alternate attack button for a free, high damage starter. A good way to do this mid-fight is to equip your ghillie mantle, and then crouch in a nearby bush. Heal up, sharpen, and do anything else you might need before waiting for them to approach and restarting the battle on your own terms. Because every hit you land on a monster has a chance of applying your weapon's status effect, you're better off investing in status weapons that are faster. You may get more sleep buildup per hit on a 200 sleep hammer or greatsword, but when the dual blades can hit a monster dozens of times per every heavy weapon hit, you're better off playing the numbers game and going with the quicker ones. That's not to say that status effect heavy weapons are useless, far from it, they can still be very effective. Fast weapons are just a little bit better for it if you want to be optimal. Speaking of status effects, when a monster is put to sleep, the very first attack that hits it will deal double its normal damage. Sleep bombing is a popular tactic, and if you put a barrel bomb down, odds are your Palico will too.
It's asleep. Right on the paws now.
But if you have a weapon that can charge a single hit to deal huge numbers, like Greatsword's True Charge Slash, consider using that. Alternatively, you can use this downtime to get healed up, change weapons, and plan your next move. But don't take too long because the monster will wake up. Any attack called an offset attack in Monster Hunter is effectively a giant parry that works as a status effect. If you hit a monster with an offset attack at the same time they're trying to hit you, you'll glow, the camera will zoom in, and you'll throw them backwards for extra damage or a follow-up attack, followed by a bit of a cooldown, in which you won't be able to do that again for a bit. Heavy weapons can perform offset attacks, so greatsword, hammer, hunting horn, switch axe, and heavy bowgun. But the insect glaive can perform them too. The orange stars showing the level of the high rank quest and the purple diamonds above an individual monster on an investigation page are two different difficulty indicators. The purple diamonds denote how difficult that particular instance of a monster will be, separate to the rank of the quest. The same monster can be drastically more difficult as a 5-diamond monster compared to a 3 or 4-diamond hunt of the same beast. But the higher the difficulty, the more rewards. During inclement weather, you may not be able to find the NPC you're looking for to accept or turn in a side mission. Keep this in mind before continuing with the story missions so you're not locked out. Some monsters can only be hunted as a field survey, and if you don't have access to the one you're after on your own map, head to the quest counter and search for SOS Flare hunts. This is the fastest way to find what you're looking for, if your party members don't let you down. Speaking of letting your party members down, if you're in high rank and you're still rocking that original Hope armor you got at the very beginning of the game, please make new high rank armor. There is a ton of elemental slinger ammo lying around in the ruins of Wyveria. See these weird crystals that pop up sometimes when you're fighting guardian monsters? Hit those crystals with the elemental slinger ammo to cause an explosion of that element type. Feeling overwhelmed? All part of the Monster Hunter experience, baby! For more on Wilds, make sure to check out our guide on IGN.com and our complete guide to high rank and endgame. For everything else gaming, you're already in the right place. IGN.